All right. GM, as we were talking about early, getting in the teen sitting business. The automaker is launching a new teen driver system on its 2016 Chevy Malibu. Now, the system will allow parents to monitor how well or how poorly their teenager is driving the car. Here to weigh in, the car coach, Lauren Fix. Hey, Lauren, good to see you. Well, by telephone, my friend.
Yeah.
We had a little technical difficulty, I think. So explain to me, what do parents get in this? How does it work?
Well, it's called MyLink, and it's something that's coming on the new 2016 Malibu, and I'm sure knowing GM, they're going to bring this out across the whole broad line of their General Motors product line. But it's similar to what Ford has called MyKey, where you can kind of keep an eye on your teen, but this takes it just one step further. It's really nice because it creates a report card that can tell when the stability control was engaged, whether the seatbelts were used. It opens up all the safety features that are really important because a teen driver doesn't pay as much attention as someone who's more experienced.
That's absolutely true. And as we know, teens are more likely to have a crash involving a fatality than adults. Some of the information, though, that they put out there, distance driven, that's not really about safety now, is it? Maximum speed travel is, but some of this stuff mom and dad just might want to know.
Right. I actually did this for my kids. I had little boxes on each of their cars when they were 16 to 20 years old to know if they went outside a certain area, and Hyundai offers that type of thing as well. But this allows maximum speed, which has an audio and a visual alert. It doesn't allow them to make the maximum volume of the radio any higher, whether it's the actual audio system or it's a connected, like some sort of smart device. And that's obviously good because it's a distraction. In addition to that, it allows stability control events, anti-lock. So maybe they're not speeding, but maybe they decide to drag race. You'll know about that. The one thing I would love to see is the report texted or emailed to the parent. That I would love. I used to have email alerts that would tell me when they were speeding, and I would call them and say, slow down or I'm coming to get the car.
Wow. You know, I think it's so hard for mom and dads these days because there's so much trouble kids can get into. How much is this thing going to cost? Do we have any idea?
It is, believe it or not, free on the base model, which is the premium trim, and the LT models, if you purchase the convenience package and the upper level radio. So that's for the 2016 Malibu. They're going to debut that April 1st at the New York Auto Show, and I'm sure they're going to start opening that up across the whole line because kids can drive their parents' car, and you want to make sure that they're driving at least as much as you can control the safety.
Here's my worry, though. So we're collecting all this data. Yeah, it helps mom and dad, but couldn't it ultimately help the insurance company, too? They could charge higher rates if they didn't like the kind of information they were seeing.
That's true, but they have to get that information, so it stays within the computer or the car. The only way an insurance company would access that information is if you allow them to put that little module on. Certain insurance companies have that. You can say you're a safe driver, put that module on the onboard diagnostics. Then that information would not just be your driving, but your teen's driving. So before you go ahead and opt for that, saying our whole family is safe drivers, think about who's driving and their driving techniques. And if they're speeders, if they are, it's going to cost you when it comes to your insurance policy.
Do you think this is something that all makers are going to offer at some point?
I think so, yes. Many of them already do offer something like that. Of course, Ford and Hyundai, you're going to see that coming out with Kia and other manufacturers. Once one does it, they all want to jump on the bandwagon because they don't want to lose a sale because one person offers it and another manufacturer doesn't.
Lauren, thank you. Great stuff. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
And now we want to know what you think. Here's our question tonight. Should teen drivers have an electronic babysitter? Log on to jerrywillis.com and vote. I'll share the results at the end of tonight.